Welcome back to my Final Fantasy Marathon. Last time I left off on my replay of Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. I was outside of the Marsh cave, and today I will be picking things back up in that spot. As you can see, 3 of my party members are dead because I had to leave off before I could go get everybody back on their feet. So the first thing that I'll be doing is trying to run my way back to town to get everybody back alive again before we head back into the Marsh Cave. So I'm just going to be trying to run from everything since my lone mage probably can't take on all these enemies by herself, and didn't get very far that time. Let's see what their health is at. Should probably use a potion. Gonna have to quick save a lot because I'm probably, or at least there's a good possibility I may die more than once on this attempt. Well, this just is not going well at all. Potion, and then save again. Let's hope we run into some better luck here. Yay! We finally got away. So we're gonna quick save. I could just regular save, I guess, since I'm on the overworld. And off we go. Come on, you can do it. Maybe you can't. Oh, this isn't the best position to be in, but it is what it is. Oops, I forgot that I had just reloaded. Oops. That was not what I wanted to do. And here we go again. I forgot to set my timer. Setting an hour timer for this one. Hopefully we won't spend the whole hour trying to get back to town. Come on, you. Dang it. They are just not wanting to let me run away. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yay! Alright. Heal up. Save. Try it again. Come on, 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 almost. Yes! Made it. Alright, first stop is gonna be the church. It's gonna cost us 600 gil to get everybody back on their feet. And we need to head for the inn. So everybody's alive and healthy, and we still got some money that we can spend. So let's start by going by the magic shops. Get the Cura spell for her. I'd like to have it for the red mage eventually, but I want to see what's in the black magic shop first. Actually, I should go restock supplies before I spend all my money. Some potions, some additional antidotes. Phoenix down, since it seems like this party is going to have problems with death more than the last one. And that doesn't really leave us enough money left over to do any more upgrading, so. Gonna make another run at the Marsh Cave. That I do have a tent and I don't. So I'm gonna go back and buy a tent. So I'm gonna definitely excuse me. Definitely gonna want to use one before I go back in the Marsh Cave. Go ahead and buy a second one. Just in case we need it coming back out. His cure magic first. That way I don't have to have him miss an attack in order to heal somebody in battle. Go ahead and use one of these tents. Last time I was in the Marsh Cave, I went the upper pathway and got everything that was on that floor. So this time we can just head straight south. Nice. treasure to pick up on this floor, so I'll do that before I move on. In that chest. Broadsword and that one. I'm not sure if anyone in this party can use it though. He can, so that's good. Curious how many of the swords in the game you will be able to use, because I'm not sure if some of the more powerful swords will end up being usable by anybody in this party, which would be kind of a bummer. He's still got some left. Potion. It's the last of the treasure here, so we'll move on to the next floor. Bottom floor of this dungeon. Pop in this first room right here first. it'll let us check to see which of these little rooms have treasure in it. This first one to get a phoenix down. And there we go, all the way down to the right to get the next treasure. These enemies are highly resistant to physical attacks. Since there's so many of them, I don't really want to burn 4 of my magic spells. So I'm just going to run. So I would like to conserve that magic for later. Money. And down on this row, those are empty, so the 1/3 over has some treasure in it. Cottage and a potion. Cottage is like a more powerful version of the tent. The tent will only heal so many spell slots and so much of your HP, whereas the cottage will fully heal you and fully restore your magic. Cottage also costs quite a bit more money at the shop than this inn does. A copper armlet, which is a piece of armor. It's kind of the like second tier or lower tier armor. They can go on the characters that can't wear the heavier armor. Since the monk is supposed to be better without armor, we'll leave it off of him, so we need to pick one of the other 3 to put it on. He's got chainmail, so we'll put it on her since she's still just got clothes. Right. Spoiler alert, spoilers are ahead, so if you want to stay unspoiled, now's a good time to check out. That's the last of her cure magic, so we'll need to use items from here on out. A monster in a box encounter. Contains the boss fight for this dungeon, which is 4 of these high school demons, or however it's pronounced. Our monk is already out of the fight. Revive our monk. And him. Toss a potion at the red mage. Which isn't really good because now the red mage is down. So we may not be ready for this fight. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to go in our favor. Just going to go ahead and put that one out. I don't think there's going to be much point in trying it again without leveling up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the rest of the treasure that is accessible in here, and then I'll make a decision on what I want to do from there. Alright, I don't want to spend all my magic on these guys. Cash. Another potion. Can't get to those treasures on the bottom yet. So, Monk's pretty close to getting another level. Got quite a few potions. I'm going to try just doing some leveling up in here instead of leaving. And then if it doesn't look like it's going to work out, I can always go back to town and restock. So I'm just going to hang out in here. Let's see if we can grind up the level. Give it another shot. He must have leveled up and I went through it without him even noticing. So they're 330 away. None of this. Let's go ahead and give it another try. If it doesn't work, then I'll keep grinding levels. Wasn't that impressive, so I'm thinking about... Let's see how much damage that they're doing first. It's just pounded by these guys, now he's down again. I don't think this is going to be a victory. For research purposes, we'll see how we do it for him. He does long enough. Nope, we're not gonna find out. Alright, so they're definitely not ready. So let's try to level them up some more. This was something we definitely did not have to do with my first party. And I think that was largely because the warrior has such good defense. He was able to withstand their attacks a lot better. Even if I win this fight, I'm gonna reload here. And I didn't win, so it's a moot point. Forgetting to pay attention to see when they level up. Okay, so it looks like the white and black mage both leveled up. Red mage is getting close. I doubt that will make much of a difference, but we'll go ahead and give it another try. Well, at least we got a preemptive strike. That might help somewhat. close here, so we might actually get it this time. Did it. As they say, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And we get the crown for our efforts. Definitely want to quick save that. And now we just gotta make our way back out of here because we don't have any way to warp out of the cave at this point. Just gotta walk all the way back out. The thing I can do is go ahead and use my magic freebie, since I don't need to save it up for anything. Potion there. I forgot that she had used it in the previous one and I hit the auto battle button. To the stairs. One floor to go, and then we'll be back on the surface. And we successfully made it through the Marsh Cave. Save real quick. And make our way back to Elfheim so we can restock, resupply before we take on the next challenge. safely back in Elfheim. Everybody's alive, so we just can head straight to the inn. Some money to spend, so we're gonna head first to the supply shop, the item shop. Some potions. I'm gonna get a few high potions as well. Downs. Antidotes. Hard to have a few eye drops. That's good enough for now. Buy in the magic shop. A spell for my red mage. Skip the rest of those for now. Fire spell for her. And the Thundara spell. Spells also. And that's gonna take up all of our money for now. Let's save. Now we've got to go do something with that crown. There are spoilers ahead, so if you want to stay unspoiled on the game, you should probably check out. Over here, but then we're gonna go north instead of south. And this castle is our destination. It's called the Western Keep. That room to the left is not accessible, so we're just gonna head straight up the middle. And we find this king standing here. When I played it through the first time, I came up here first because it makes more sense story-wise, because he tells you to go get that crown from the Marsh cave, and then you bring it back to him. And he laughs at you. Mwahaha. You fools fell right into my trap. I am Astos, king of the dark elves. Then he transforms into this weird-looking green blob. With the combined power of the crown you now hold and the crystal eye I already possess, I will become the true Elf King. It is useless to resist me. I can take what is mine by sheer force. Astos attacks. You can see up close he doesn't look much better. He's still a weird green blob with either a red goatee or his tongue sticking out. I'm not sure which. Immediately hits us all with a slow spell. Impact how much damage my fighters can do, so I'm gonna switch him to casting magic and see how that does. Or I guess that's a little better than his attack was probably. Not as powerful as my Black Mage's fire spell. Just gonna keep speeding himself up. Notice how much damage his thunder did. Gotta pay attention, I guess. Hit us with some magic. Gonna need to heal up. Or not, because we've just finished him off. The Astos was obviously a little overconfident, as we took him down without too much problem. And we get the crystal eye he was bragging about having. And our next stop will be doing something with that crystal eye. So first I'm going to take a second to heal everybody up. Head back to Elfheim to visit the inn before we head to our next destination. Let's go ahead and regular save out here. Arrived safely back in Elfheim, so we'll stop by the inn. Got a little bit of money to spend, not a lot, but a little bit. I want, so I'm gonna go see what's at the other magic shops. Don't know that I could actually afford anything from either of those shops, though. Haste, fuse. Those cost 2,500, and that would take almost all of the money I have, so I'm just gonna hang on to it for now. The next place we need to go is north of Cornelia, so we've got to get back to our ship. Cornelia's pretty much just a straight shot up from here. Go back across the bridge, and then instead of going east like we did, again, spoilers ahead. I don't want to go that way. This is Matoya's cave. When I played the first time, I came here early on because of the story elements. Basically, she falls over and says, "Ouch." My eye, my eye. Ouch. I can't see a blasted thing without my crystal eye. Who could have stolen it from me? So if you come here first, before you go to Provoca or whenever, it gives you that clue so you know when you get the crystal eye from Astos, this is where you need to go. Otherwise, you would probably be confused about what you're supposed to do with that crystal eye. Although I think there's an NPC somewhere who gives you a hint about that. Oh, what's this? My crystal eye? Give it here. Don't worry, I have something to give you in exchange. Take this potion. It's the most amazing potion in my entire collection. She gives us the Jolt Tonic, which by the name sounds like something that might wake up somebody who's been sleeping. Ah, I can see. I can see again. Some treasure chest over here. An antidote, potion, and another potion. That's all there is to do here. So come back out and save. And then we're going to head back to Elfheim. Ship and then straight south. go in the castle. Spoiler alert. This Jolt Tonic may be just what we need to break the curse and awaken the prince. I will try it at once. Your Highness? Your Highness! I was having a terrible nightmare. Am I still dreaming? You're the legendary warriors. Something tells me I'm not dreaming. I shall heed the legend as it was told to me by my forefathers. The time for me to pass on the mystic key to its rightful owners has come at last. And then we get the mystic key. If you'd been going up to all the doorways and treasure chests up to this point, you would have seen that they were locked by a mysterious force, or it may specifically say the mystic key. I'm not sure which it says. But anyway, it gave you a message that they were locked in some way related to this key. So now that we have it, we can go back and unlock all of those chests. So I'm just gonna go by the town and heal up. Actually, the first batch of chests that we need to unlock is here in the castle, so we'll do that first. To get there, you just go around the outside of the castle. I like to stay close to the wall so I don't accidentally walk out of town and have to come back in. Get a mithril hammer, some money, more money, and some bronze gloves. So we can give the hammer to her. I don't know if anyone in this party can equip the glove or not. Doesn't look like it, so those might just be something to sell. I'm gonna go by the inn. So our next stop is going to be the Marsh Cave. Actually, our next stop will be the Western Keep. Around this outer part to get over to that room. Chest is a monster in a box encounter with these wraiths. They're weak to fire, so we're going to have both of my mages cast fire at it. Fire round rather. That took him out. We get a falchion. Or falchion, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. give that to our red mage. Little monsters. This time we've got mummies. They're also weak to fire. And we pick up the power staff. Sounds like something for a black mage. And it is. More monsters. More mummies. Steel gloves. Nobody in this party can use those. I think rather than walk back to Elfheim, I'm gonna go ahead and use a Phoenix down. That's all there is to do here, so we'll go ahead and exit. Save the game. And our next stop is the Marsh Cave, which is just down here to the south. Before I head back into the Marsh Cave, I'm going to go ahead and use a tent. So we've exhausted a lot of our magic. I'm going to head straight for that bottom floor. Now we need to go all the way to the bottom of this screen. In spite of my monk getting beat up. Another monster in a box. This time a bunch of anacondas. It's a big group. Try using magic against it. That worked pretty well. The silver armlets. Give that to my white mage. And then we'll give my black mage the copper armlet. And head to the next chest. again. That was weird. Antidote, so that wasn't really worth it necessarily, but whatever. Use the Phoenix down to bring her back up, and then potions. Everybody healed. And there's one more room, the treasure over on the far right. And these guys again. Oh, the brute magic, I think. Barely survived that. But we managed to win the fight. And we get some money for our trouble. To replace all these potions that I just used. That should be all the treasure in the Marsh Cave, and it is. So now we just gotta walk our way back out of here. It's always one of my favorite times in these games when you get the spells that let you just warp yourself out of the dungeon. But that happens pretty big in this game, I think. So I really hate backtracking back out through these things. Even though this dungeon is not exactly huge, but it's just kind of tedious to have to retrace your steps back through the same room you just came through. Although it does give you the opportunity to level up your characters a little bit without having to do the grinding thing. We don't really have the magic to mess with them. One floor to go, and then we'll be back on the surface. Marsh Cave. So we're gonna make our way back to Elfheim. Could just head straight to the ship and then go back to Cornelia, but I would like to go ahead and stop at the inn first, so then I'll have magic that I can use in case we run into any big groups of enemies on the boat. Just makes things a little faster, a little less tedious. Depending on how much money I have, I might want to do some more shopping. I've got a decent amount of money to spend. First, I need to go get supplies. So we used up a lot of our potions. We'll go by the magic shops. Pick up Poisona for her, for him. Let's get the others. also haste. Back to the ship. Should have set up the magic there. I did not need to go in here, and I don't know why I did. Habit, I guess. Instead, I'm going to go to the castle. And over here, there's a couple of rooms that are locked by the Mystic Key. Saber, lethal knife, and a cottage. Tent. The nitro powder, which we'll need for our next destination. And some iron armor. Kinda looks like none of that equipment is usable by this party. Return to the Chaos Shrine to pick up a couple of chests. And then I'm going to wrap it up for tonight, and we'll pick up tomorrow with our next destination. Two rooms over on the right that were locked by the magic key, or Mystic Key. This one has the rune blade, put on our red mage. Buster and Gold Needle. He either can't equip that. Looks like he can't equip it, but it's not better than the Moon Blade. And That's it for the Mystic Key treasure, so we're ready to go ahead and move forward with the plot. Head back to Cornelia and heal up first. Just gonna hit up the magic shops real quick to see if there was anything I didn't get because I couldn't afford it before. Detect. I don't know if Dio is really worthwhile or not. Cheap. So I'll pick it up. Don't really care about sleeper focus, so we're gonna leave it at that. Save out here, and then tomorrow I will head to our next destination. Thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see you then.